On today's Live Daily News, a new coffee shop with a tropical twist opens in San Angelo. Art in Uncommon Places goes high-tech, and a look at this week's weather. Plus, Monica Ramos with Downtown San Angelo returns to the show to talk about everything going on in October. All this and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But before we get to the news, small business owners and entrepreneurs, the Governor's Small Business Summit is coming to San Angelo on October 19th. This event brings together resource providers and subject matter experts to provide key insights on critical business topics. Connect with the resources needed to start, strengthen, and grow your business at the Governor's Small Business Summit, San Angelo. Registration is open now at gov.texas.gov/events. That's gov.texas.gov/events. Now on to the news. We start the show today with news coming out of the San Angelo Art District. Art in Uncommon Places has done it again. From their office to the Railway Museum to the Concho River, artists have transformed empty spaces into extremely impressive augmented reality paintings. It may sound strange, but it's a really cool project. For example, the painting on your screen is of Arthur Stilwell's Dream of Steam. Instead of just the optical illusion the painting already is, art students from Central turned the wall into a full story of the beginning of the railroad. This is just one of the many paintings so make sure you go down there to see all of them. In business news, a new coffee shop has opened in San Angelo that is looking to bring island flavors to you. Island Cafecito opened this past month at 1015 Caddo Drive. Owner Ivan James and his family moved to San Angelo from Miami some time back, and they own radio station KJVI. Now the family is looking to bring that Caribbean flavor to the Concho Valley as well. The restaurant serves a variety of island treats, including Jamaican patties, empanadas, and more. They also import fresh Puerto Rican and Cuban coffee weekly. For more on the new coffee shop, read that story under the business tab on sanangelolive.com. And a San Angelo man has been arrested for sexually abusing a child. The assaults had allegedly taken place back in April of this year, but on September 21st, during a forensic interview, the child victim said that 19-year-old Jeremiah Tharp had sexually assaulted her 5 or 6 times, including at a location where children and young teenagers often frequent, and that he had saved photos and videos on his cell phone. The child's mother also allegedly knew about the sexual relationship. Tharp was arrested on September 22nd by the sheriff's office and was released the same day on $25,000 bond. Moving on to weather for tonight in San Angelo, expect temperatures to drop a little bit after the sun goes down, making it into the mid-60s. The National Weather Service has a 10% chance of rain tonight in the Concho Valley. Most of that will be to the south of it, as it has been all day. Doesn't look like that's going to happen here in San Angelo, the rain anyway. As for the rest of the week, expect temperatures to be much cooler, or a bit cooler, in the high temperatures in the afternoon in the 90s, and of course there's no rain in the forecast. And finally, the Angelo State Rams picked up a big win Saturday against Lone Star Conference foe Western New Mexico. Ryan Chadwick caught up with Coach Gersh at the weekly press conference Monday morning. We'll get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick message from Jim Bass Nissan.
The Nissan Titan can get the job done by flexing its muscle, commanding attention, and tackling the big jobs head on. The fearless 2023 Nissan Titan full-size truck is the truck for you. Right now at Jim Bass, get a new Nissan Titan and get $10,000 off MSRP. At these savings, these trucks won't last long. Come see us today at Jim Bass Nissan, corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
The 20th ranked Angelo State Rams got their season back on track in a big way at LeGrand Stadium on Saturday. The Rams accumulated almost 350 yards on the ground on their way to a 69 win over Western New Mexico. Head coach Jeff Gersh held his weekly press conference to talk about the win and discuss what he expects from Eastern New Mexico this weekend. Let's take a look. All right, Coach, we talked a lot about your offense. So let's talk about your defensive performance on Saturday.
Yeah.
In the first half, they barely even eclipsed 50 yards of total offense. There's a bunch of negatives in that category. A couple takeaways, lots of sacks. The secondary played great. Just talk about your defense's overall performance in such a.
Yeah, well, I think Western definitely wanted to come out and throw the football. That's what they do. Devin, their quarterback's a good football player, and we made him look vulnerable at times. I think the pass rush, getting to the quarterback, was something that we wanted to take advantage of. We felt like we had a speed advantage there up front in the D line, and they struggle offensive line wise blocking us, and that helps out in the back end. They got to get the ball out quicker and do things. But our defensive backs did a good job of getting. Having great coverage and being where they're supposed to be, minus about one play on that part. They did a good job of being in vicinity where they're supposed to be and making plays on it. So, the defense just was very well prepared by Coach Clark, and they love playing the game. They love getting out there and going, and the energy was high, and we definitely feed off of that. And I thought special teams too. Obviously Andrew doing what he did when return game, but Brad Larson, he scored 12 points for us. He kicked all the extra points and had 2 field goals over 40 yards. So just that kind of energy that they brought to the game was huge.
Gersh said that Angelo State is fortunate that they can rely on their defense week in and week out, and this defense will be key this weekend. Here's Coach Gersh on Eastern New Mexico. All right, moving into next week, when you're playing a team that runs the triple option, of course, time of possession is always a major factor in these games. That's one thing the triple option wants to do. They want to control that clock. So what is the philosophy on offense this week? Like, how are you going to combat that to make sure that your defense gets a break and can sit down and so they can bring in every play?
Yeah, I think they'll dictate that. I think Eastern will, and what we're going to get in fronts and coverages and all that kind of thing. We're going to play our game, and do what we do. And what we do is take what the people are giving us. And I'm not going to line up and run the ball into an 8 or 9 man, defensive front. We're gonna throw the ball if we need to in that part of it. So kind of seeing how they play to it. They've given up a lot of yards in the rushing game right now. But don't be fooled by it. They've given up like 5 really big runs on the year that makes their stats look crazy. They're like an 85-yarder, a 90-yarder touchdown runs. Well, then all of a sudden, they got a bunch of -1 to 4-yard gains too. So they're good, but they've given up yards there. So I think their running game will be available to us. But if it's not and they want to take that away, we can throw it too. And kind of going back to before, being able to do both allows us to prepare for what we see.
The Rams travel to Portales in New Mexico on Saturday to play the Greyhounds. Kickoff is scheduled for 6 p.m. And of course, for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/sports.
So gross.
Right now, get 15% off carpet cleaning from Carpet Tech.
Welcome back to the show. I have a very special guest with us on this Monday. It's Miss Monica Ramos, the Assistant Director of Downtown San Angelo. Monica, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. There are a lot of events happening for the fall. I know summer's over, but that doesn't mean that the fun is over.
No, honestly, I think, in my opinion, Downtown San Angelo is a lot more fun not in the summertime. Fall's probably my best time for it.
You think so?
I think so, because it's not so dang hot out there. You can still get those, late nights, but and you get more of like the dark downtown feel, right? Like in the summer,
I didn't
it doesn't
think
get
about
dark
that.
until about
That's
10 or
right.
11.
The weather should be a lot nicer. Yeah, hopefully that starts happening pretty soon.
So it was like 102 yesterday, so who knows? But okay, let's get into some of the events. Of course, let's start with y'all's big deal is sheep. If you drive through San Angelo, you see these fiberglass sheep everywhere. You got some more coming, so I know 2 for sure. So let's talk about that.
The sheep are a fundraiser for Downtown San Angelo Inc. They're also a big staple. The sheep is symbolic of San Angelo's history, being the wool industry, and also at one time being the wool capital of the world. Yay. And so the sheep just continue to flourish all over town. And we have 2 unveilings coming up.
Okay.
We have Wednesday on the 27th, Sam's Club has a sheep. Ashley Morales has painted this sheep, so I know it's going to look really great.
Great.
And that ribbon cutting is at 12:30, and it's open to the public. Anyone can come out and come and view the unveiling at Central Texas Farm Credit. They will also have one on October 24th at 2:00 p.m. So I just think that this sheep thing is so great because, again, it gives the artist an opportunity to show off their artwork. It gets us an ability to be able to explain the history of San Angelo. And, right now, I think the big question is how many sheep are there now?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's over 100, right?
Oh, yeah. There's 151. This includes some that have not been unveiled. They're not, completed just yet, but that's 151 sponsored total. That's a lot.
I know you guys are downtown San Angelo, but Sam's is nowhere near downtown, right? So where do you guys when do you just, Sam's been there forever too, so when do you decide to approach these businesses and try to get a sheep there? How does that whole process work, I guess?
This is really just the sponsors, the businesses really come to us. They see a sheep and they say, hey, you know what? I've got to have one of those. I've got to have that in front of my business because it is something that is symbolic of San Angelo. And, there's people from Goodfellow that bring their families from out of state to come and do a scavenger hunt and take a look at all the sheep. So it's also kind of a good marketing tool for the business as well.
Yeah, they're all different. They all kind of I guarantee you, I haven't seen the Sam's one, but I guarantee there's something Sam's related in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, same thing with the credit, the Texas Farm Credit. I'm sure they have some kind of farm theme or something. But that's just how it is. So it's a way to get, I guess, everybody, whether it's you guys or the city or the history or themselves, all into one.
And we've
thing.
had some individuals that have purchased sheep. It's not just businesses. There's been some people that have got a sheep for their ranch or just for their backyard.
Yeah, they just got a sheep in the backyard. And then when kids come over, they get to ride it. All right, so once you just tell them one more time when those 2 are, and we'll keep going.
Sam's Club on the 27th, and then Central Texas Farm Credit on October 24th.
All right, and then that's not. You guys are not just about the sheep business. You guys are about the event business too. There's tons of stuff going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the biggest event coming up, people are probably familiar with it, is our downtown stroll.
Right.
The Halloween edition. We're calling it the Spooktacular Stroll this year.
All right.
And so, oh my gosh, hundreds, thousands of people come out to downtown to trick or treat at participating businesses. And during this time, during this stroll, there's well over 20 businesses that drop on this map, and they'll have some little activities like fall festival style games. So it's fun. It's a family friendly event, and I'd also advise if anyone's driving around downtown on October 26th.
Be ready.
Yeah, be ready. The traffic is going to be busy.
Exactly. So some of the businesses are places where, like the boutiques and stuff like that down there, but it also has the food and stuff like that. They also
the restaurants participate. Anyone and everyone that's located in downtown can participate. I know that the YMCA and Old Central Firehouse and the churches, they have their trunk or treats around the same time as well, and it's between 5 and 8 p.m. You can park your car and walk around or get a ride on the trolley. The trolley is going to start at 5 o'clock at the Pop Art Museum. We normally have it at the Museum of Fine Arts, but just to get a little bit closer to where all the activity is going to be happening.
Traffic and everything, the bridge is all.
It'll be at the Pop Art Museum. It is what it is.
So Pop Art Museum, good deal. Most important question about this, what are we dressing for Halloween? Are people going to be dressing up?
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. It's a trick-or-treating event. So I would encourage, of course, the children to dress up in their costumes, but the adults, too. Right. I think some of the businesses will be dressed up in their costumes as well. So,
well, I know you guys had I know there was a Barbie stroll downtown not too long ago. So I'm sure that's going to be like the hottest Halloween costume anyways this year. So Ken and Barbie's everywhere downtown again.
Definitely.
Can't be a bad thing.
Yeah. And, some more family-friendly events, because I know that's what people are looking for nowadays. There's the Oktoberfest happening at Marshall Pint on September 30th. That's a big German holiday festival. Lots of fun. You can bring the kiddos out. Yeah, you can bring the kiddos out and drink responsibly.
The good thing is, though, with Marshall Pint, you get the backpack there, and the kids can go crazy in the game room.
Yes, game room, patio. Also is the food truck festival that's happening on the same day, September 30th. So you can kind of bounce around and go to Marshall Pint and then also go to the food truck festival.
You're talking down my alley now. food truck festival. So how many? I guess we're gonna have a bunch of different food trucks from all over. Or
Yes,
is it gonna be
I wouldn't be
Sandsville
able to
food
tell you
trucks?
how many. I know Concho Valley Events or Jeton Hampton hosts these events, and I did attend last year, and there was like.
But there were some that weren't just
15
from
food
San Angelo.
trucks.
There was food trucks from out of San Angelo, or was it a lot more?
They're
local people?
mostly
Okay.
local based
Yeah.
food trucks, and this time around they'll also include some craft vendors.
Oh,
and,
very cool.
It's just going to be a lot of fun. There'll be entertainment as well. Another family friendly event to come out and enjoy your Saturday.
Yep, exactly. And then I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but then also in November, we have the Tamale Fest coming back. I know last year I was in the
Yeah.
tamale eating contest. It was fun. Or the judging, I guess. It
That's
was fun.
right. We did the judging together.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, so it was fun. We got to try all these ones. And I remember, everyone just looking around like, is he going to vote like, which, what I mean?
Yes.
You're trying to judge who all the rest are judging
Yes,
too.
and there's
but-
so many different flavors
Yeah.
of the tamales. Who would have
Yeah.
thought? The tamale eating contest that you mentioned too. That was pretty fun to watch.
that was
to see
the guy just
these guys
holding his hand up,
scarf
dying.
them down.
And he was like the skinniest guy ever that won.
That's true.
You wouldn't see that coming.
That's how it ends up somehow. It's
Yep.
crazy. And I think he ate, was it 9 or 12?
I
It was a
don't know.
lot.
Dude was shoving him down, and there was another guy beside him getting
Yeah.
ate too much. I'll
The
just
best
say
thing
that.
about all of these events, and this is what's so great about San Angelo, is these events are free attendance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you
heck
just
yeah.
come and walk in. You don't have to purchase a ticket to be a part of these events. Of course, you'll want to bring a little extra cash or your card
Mm-hmm.
to support the local vendors, like the Tamale Fest. There'll be vendors that will be selling tamales. There were quite a few that sold out, and I mean lines
yeah.
and lines of people that
Yeah,
were
absolutely.
buying.
I know my mom came into town for that reason. Was like, it's Tamale Fest. Sounds great. We're gonna go down there. And I remember she said at one point she was like, I swear I was in one line for like 30 minutes. There were so many people.
But it
trying to
was
eat
worth
these.
it, I'm sure.
Oh, you know it was absolutely. Yeah. So they're usually big events. A lot of people down there. So make sure you guys go down there. Monica, one more time, just wrap this whole thing up. Tell me the events for these downtown events.
So, Food Truck Festival, September 30th.
Okay.
There's Paintbrush Alley Market Days on October 14th. The Tamale Fest that we were just talking about is on November 11th, which is also the same day as the Veterans Day Parade. So, hit the parade and
double.
then go have lunch at the Tamale Fest at the Pop Art Museum.
And then the downtown stroll.
Downtown Stroll is October 26th from
right.
5 to 8 p.m.
Perfect. Sounds like fun. There's a lot of stuff going on in downtown San Angelo. As always, thank you, Monica, for coming on our show and just letting the people
absolutely.
know everything going on so that way we can all be there.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Perfect. We'll go back to you guys. When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
And that's it for news, weather, and sports on this Monday. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for more for the team here at San Angelo Live. I'm Yantis Green.